I'm going to go ahead and put this body on the frame and then work on it with it on the frame. I painted the engine bay because I won't be able to do that once I have it back on the frame. Before I do anything else, I'm going to put a couple of these firewall mounts in here because they're going to be really hard to reach later. This one is the brake booster vacuum. It goes in those two holes right there in the middle. Next, I'm going to put these little clips in. These are for the brake lines. They go down here low, almost impossible to reach if the engine's in here. Just put them in loosely, and on that side too. Okay. Let's get that cable out of my way. Alright. These are the two brake lines. On this end is even, they both just point down. And then across, you'll see one is sticking out farther than the other one. The shorter one goes on top. The other one to the rear wheel analog brake system goes on the bottom. Alright, I got these ends kind of lined up with the holes, or close, and it runs across here loosely in the brackets. I'll just tighten those up and adjust them a little bit and try to set it so that these guys will line up with the center of the holes when I tighten those. Alright, these two brake lines are in. Hopefully they're lined up right, so I won't have to try to loosen those two screws in order to adjust them. Get this end's down here, should screw right in. So hopefully that's good. I don't think there's anything else I really need to worry about putting in here. I can reach everything else after the engine is in. See, I got the wheels on my frame now. For the frame mounts, there's 8 of these little pucks, and these guys have a metal part that protrudes down. They sit in like that, one there, identical, there, up here, over there, and then there's, that's 6, and then there's 2 more in the front. They're a little different. They have this metal bushing inside and a smaller hole right here. They go like that. These are the mounts off of my other car. You can see the front ones, like I showed you, they have the metal part sticking up like that instead of down. And then they have a little piece like this that goes on after you put the frame on. Then this piece goes on, and then this piece goes on there, and then the bolt goes down and it threads into the frame. The rest of them just have this piece goes down, and then the bolt from the frame sticks through there, and this part goes up, and then just put a nut on it. There's also 4 of these little ones. They have a plastic fastener in them, and these go under the frame. The plastic fastener sticks up into the cross member under the not the frame, under the body. One of them sits in the back somewhere above the wheel here, and the other one sits down in the middle of the frame here. There's no holes for them in the frame, they just sit on the frame. Looking under my car body, there you can see it. It's stuck up in on this cross piece here. There's one here, one over there. Plastic fasteners holding it in place. I don't want to pull it out because I need it. I don't want to mess up the plastic fastener. The other bolts stick down from the frame, have to line up with those rubber washers or rubber bumpers. Okay, in the middle of the car, see this rust bucket, I need to do a lot of work on that. But anyway, there's the other rubber bumper right here. right there. It's also connected up with a plastic fastener. It just sits down on the frame, and you might be able to see the other one on the other side. They're just barely hanging in there, so hopefully they'll stay.
Yep.
Alright, got my mounting bolts and little rubber washer things all cleaned up and ready to go on. Start way back here in the back. The rear upper washer's in there already. I'm going to put this on with that little narrower edge down. Then slide the washer on. And if I can do this with one hand, put the nut on there, get that started. Same thing on the other side. And this one right in front of the rear tires on each side. Okay, the other side's on. And then in the front, right behind the front wheels, one more on each side. Get this one started, and then do the other side. And the front ones are a little bit different. There's a little mounting pad thing on there, and there's a threaded section at the bottom. So what I want to do here is put this thing on the top, and then run my bolt down and screw it into that bottom one. There we go, we got that started. You can see the bottom right there. That's threaded in here. There's another pad right in between them right there. Okay, I got it. The only one gave me any trouble was this last one. I had to put some weight on the front of the frame and squeeze it down a little bit so I could get those threads started, but it's in now. Alright, I'm just going to tighten them all up. Alright, I got these guys all tightened up. All good. I'm probably going to have to take a break from this now. Squeeze those washers down a little bit. I've got a lot of body work that needs to be done, and I can't do it in the winter time because I can't open my garage and ventilate, so I'm gonna put this whole thing away, wrap it up, and I'll work on it some more next summer when I can open it up. I have lots of little parts, all these little parts that need to be cleaned up and ready to put in, so I've got shelves full of little parts here. I'll work on that and try to do the next video in about a year from now. So until then, all wrapped up. There it'll sit until next summer. Should be buried in snow in a few weeks, couple of weeks.